Hi again everyone, this is another Fishing Planet 2019 Halloween video, and this time I'm trying for the Bassy bait at Everglades. I'm actually doing this because it's one of the quests, and I was here doing a tournament last night, and suddenly thought I should have come better prepared to look at doing one of these missions, or the appropriate mission for Everglades. And if I had done, I probably would have bought all sorts of other different bits, but I bought quite an array of stuff with me, and I've had a little bit of success, so just going to fish for a few minutes and see how we get on. The first thing to say is I've had most success here. I've tried down here, this is my absolute favourite spot for largemouth bass fishing. I usually stand here and cast out to anywhere around here. These two lots of weed beds are fantastic with a little walker. I really love fishing like that, but the problem ironically seems to be, and obviously that's the point of the mission, catching something small enough. It's very easy to catch a largemouth bass, sort of 1 kilo plus, but catching one that's less than half a kilo is actually quite difficult. It is of course a young largemouth bass. So the two things I've been trying are using a small hook, a 4 hook, and I've tried a 2 as well, with some small minnows. And I've also tried using this setup, a very light spinning setup. Now let me show you what I've tried so that you can maybe give it a try. I've tried some of the barbless nano spinners, the really small ones, 6 gram ish or smaller, this spinner, and of course generally speaking these are good for trout. This didn't seem to do much good. The one I've got on at the moment, the 7 gram on a 110, is I think probably a favourite among fishermen on Fishing Planet. It can catch all sorts of things and get you all out of all sorts of trouble. I have managed to catch one with that, but much more fun is of course the walkers, and I do have the smallest walker I've got. I'm not sure what the smallest hooked walker available is, but I can't get anything smaller than this here, so I'm just going to start by having a go with that. Now, as I say, you want to be, well, I have found that it's best to be on the top spot on the map up here and just fish in a peak time, and we'll see how we go. This is such good fun. If you've never done walking or popping at Everglades before, it really is really good fun. The problem I've been finding with this quest though is I'm picking up, as you can see on the list on the left, I've picked up all sorts of other things. Typically the butterfly peacock bass will bite here, and there's not a lot you can do to stop that. The brown bullheads that are on there all were going for the small minnows when I had the float rod set up. So I'm just going to, this will be a butterfly peacock bass, I'm sure. Yeah. So that's one option. Another option, as I say, is this float setup, which works quite well for bass, but I haven't yet got one below the half a kilo. I've come very close. I think these two here were both on this setup before I started catching all these blooming brown bullheads, so I suspect that's what I'll be catching now if I use this, but let's give it a go anyway. Just want to give you an idea of what I've been trying, and hopefully it might help you guys out there. There's something chasing it now. That's another brown bullhead, so I'm gonna... It seemed when I was fishing off peak that I wasn't getting those, so if you're going to try the floating method, then I would try fishing at a less peak time, because that's all you seem to get. But as I say, what I have had some success with is the 7 gram, I think it's called a tiger spoon. It's a medium spoon anyway. It's a very, very useful spoon to have in your armoury. There's a much bigger version of it, and actually for the trout competition at St Croix, I used this one and the big one to catch the small and the big fish. Oh, that's one. So there we go. So that's a 0.487, so less than half a kilo, and that's taken my tally up to 3. So let's see if we can get the remaining ones. I'll just fish for a few more minutes and see if we can get the last 2. If not, I'll sign off and leave you guys to give it a try. Just a simple stop and go seems to work. When I was float fishing, I had more luck in this area immediately around here, whereas it seems for the spinning you probably want to go a bit further. That's simply to give the spinner some time to actually be in the water, and in the water at the right point when it comes to this area here, which is where you're likely to catch them, I think. I'm sure there must be a small enough bass jig to do this, because of course it's very unusual to catch anything other than bass with a bass jig, although I have done so. But again, you've got to get something small enough. 1.0 really is a bit too big, but it seems to have worked for certainly 2 of the 3 fish that I've caught so far. There probably is an optimum time to be doing this, I don't know, but you guys can give it a try and see how you get on. See, that one is just over the size, so they are biting. Don't know whether there's any more joy to be had on this side rather than that side. We'll give it a quick try. It doesn't seem like it would take too long anyway to get the 5 largemouth bass under 500 grams. Just give it one more try on this side, and then I'll let you go and have a try for yourself. Yeah, that's another one that's just too big, but if you keep going you will get them. As I say, I've got 3 of the 5 now, so 2 more to go. Cheers guys, and good luck.